Joe, what is this baby behind you?
So Gareth, this is our latest flagship model in the range. So it's our 457S wheel loader. It's the newest model to compete against other rival competitors, but it's a product that we've developed around a lot of our key customer requirements, those being the biogas customer for loading digesters, and also the silage contractor as well. On the other hand, we've got the high capacity sludge cake handling contractors for loading large capacity muck spreaders. And then on the other side, we've got the sugar beet contractor as well. So we're trying to go for the all four customer bases really.
So do you feel then, obviously you must feel that there's a need to step it up from the current 435 that's kind of the flagship in this?
Yeah, so I mean, effectively contractors are getting bigger, forage harvesters are getting larger again in terms of the throughput, trailer sizes are getting bigger, and people want to get on. You've only got so many hours in a day to try and get round your customer base. Bigger capacity buckets are now being wanted to be fitted, and the whole machine actually scaled itself up, really.
Well, we were very lucky. We came out with you back October time when you were still quote unquote prototyping with the machine testing, and you were on maize, and it's fair to say, just from stood at the bottom looking at this monster, it was just sort of taking everything with it. But a few notable differences that I seen straight away, and I'll just get you to talk us around. So this is still doing a bit of testing on its own 710s, but the main tyre going on offer here is going to be 800s.
Yeah, so basically when we set out the project brief, it was about not only producing a bigger machine, but we wanted to have the tyres that look in proportion with the rest of the machine. So we went with the 710s as a starting position, but then aspired to get to the larger 865 R32s, whilst also trying to allow the machine to retain or be within the 3 metre roading homologation, which is what we have to comply to anyway. With the 800, we can actually achieve that. So as a factory fit solution, we can actually stand by it and say we can offer that tyre option.
And listen, we seen the test machine working away with the 800s on, and we noticed straight away coming in here and seeing the 710s on. It does make a big difference, and you see the stance with the 800s. Well, tell us then, you're going to have to give us a run around the rest of the statistics. What's she packing in there? What's she weighing? What's the horsepower? What's happening? Yeah.
So basically, first of all, the engine itself's a Cummins Stage 5 engine, delivering 282 horsepower at the top end. We developed the engine to have 2 power modes. We have a standard configuration at 224, and that allows us to get the best fuel efficiency per tonne of material moved. So in today's climate, with the rise in the fuel costs, that's something that would be quite attractive for that end user. And then you put it into dynamic power mode, we then switch the machine into high power mode effectively, and then that boosts the engine up to 282 horsepower as well. So we've got kind of like, depending on your application, if you're doing light duty bulk rehandling, maybe standard mode configuration works ideally for you. And then for anyone who wants to get more and more throughput, then obviously the dynamic power mode will give you that as well.
Do people use that button? I remember seeing that button in the 419S, but I have to admit I don't think it was used very often.
Absolutely. But I mean, at day, we're giving that end user the options.
But you are right, because perhaps a machine like this is not possibly just going to be there for 2 to 3 weeks of buck rake and silage a year to get the use out of the machine. It may be on loading duties, so maybe on the hard ground the extra horsepower is not required.
And that's what we're about. We've got to understand the running costs of the machine. We also need to understand that the customer may not want to run the machine in full power mode all the time. So we're trying to conserve the environment, but also have the ability to then, in dynamic power mode, to switch on the move and have that, that increase in horsepower.
put it into perspective on size, your 435 is a what? What is it? Is it, they come in about 15 tonnes?
Yeah,
with
with a fork on the front, 15 tonnes.
So where are we with this baby?
So at the moment, with this configuration, with the fork on the front, she's just a shy over 20 tonnes in operating mass. So she's got the compaction credentials, if you will, for compacting silage, but she's also a heavier machine to be able to take on the larger buckets on the front of the machine, so increase bulk rehandling as well.
So we're like 5+ tonnes of weight. So
yeah, effectively on the front. Yeah, so you're looking at increasing 5 tonne mass, payload on the front of the machine, 6 tonnes. We wanted to increase the fuel tank capacity, so we went to a bespoke rear chassis design. We've got the same fuel tank capacity as the 435 at 400 litres of fuel on board the machine. And then the rear chassis, we've designed it to incorporate the ability to tow a trailer. And because of that, we've got a rear tow hitch on the back, so that's a Rockinger Continental hitch, 20 tonne towing capacity, with either twin line hydraulic trailer brakes or an air brake ready installation as well. Just above the actual tow hitch of the machine, we've got a camera, so when you're backing up to your trailed implement, you can connect up quite easily. In the chassis itself, coupled to the engine, we've now got a 6-speed power shift transmission, so very similar to the 435S. So we've got 6 gears to give us that increased tractive effort and pushing power and hill climbability. On the back of that, we have then lock-up in all those 6 gears, and then within the cab, which is new to this model, we have the ability now to program which lock-up gears you want in forward and reverse. Which is a new feature, yeah. So then that allows the end user or the operator to kind of customise the way the transmission effectively works.
So for example, without having to switch torque lock on and off, you could have it that it automatically kicking in when you're pushing in, say, first gear, or not when if you're depending on the type of push, but when you go into reverse, it's kicking in to help you down, whatever you want.
Exactly, or like, for example, they're travelling over the top of the clamp and then back, so they won't lock up to come in reverse, so then you get a faster travel in reverse speed as well. Going back to the wheels, we went to larger axles because we wanted to go to a wider wheel configuration. We had to go to a wider track axle. Other areas was to the loader end, we fit, this is a new cast non-parallel link arrangement, which then allows the attachment as you lift the loader arm, it causes the attachment to roll back towards the operator effectively. So then we're trying to retain material in the attachment, i.e. a bucket for example, to then minimise spillage as you travel around the yard for example.
So the bottom line here, this isn't your 457 industrial machine that you make with an S sticker stuck on it.
No, it's not. It's
just asking, because you have seen, and I have seen, there are a few out there that have got ag tyres shoved on them that are working in pits. But this is a completely redeveloped machine.
And you know, I mean, that's our heritage. You know, going back to the 414, 416 days. You know, we've always designed machines that have been designed for ag, and the same with our Lord family as well. There's the construction product and then there's the ag product, both which are 2 different breeds. You know, and that way we stand by our product. Our product's designed for that application. You know, and that's something that we as JCB feel is the way forward.
So in essence, it's a 20-tonne, 280 horse torque lock up monster in your eyes.
Yeah, she's come a long way since that time you came out to see us in October. We've had a few moments of head scratching, shall we say, at the time, but now we've got to a point now where the machine we feel is right for the market.
But you know, that was incredible to see, because you know, there's nothing like field testing and you know, being involved with JCB and you guys in the bigger picture back and forward, and getting to look at the 420S last year and getting to see you guys testing this, and you know, watching tweaks being made here and there, and literally visually seeing the difference. It's fantastic to see that, and you know, it's what is it they say, a man with a laptop can do a lot nowadays.
Absolutely. And a few phone calls later and you can have a different machine.
But I have to ask just one burning question, and you know, for me personally, I'm a fan of this loader arm system, but a lot of the competition now are on the Z. You have never just opted for that yet?
No, so basically this is our HT arm design, so it stands for high torque effectively, but we find it's the best loader configuration for tool carrying applications. So if you're using a wide range of attachments, which naturally in the ag world you do, gives you the best control in terms of bucket control at height, gives you the best visibility, in our opinion, when compared to a Z-bar. So when you add that together into the mixing pot, the machine itself, we feel that the HT loader arm is the way forward.
Well, Joe, thank you very much for talking us around the new machine. Obviously, the one that we seen was in our dirty, older working clothes with a few easy access points in around the cab. So this is the finished article, except this one's on, as you call them, slave tires, because it's doing a few wee things. I'm still doing a few wee tests, but this is going to go on to 800s, and then this will be one that you'll be taking to customers.
Exactly, yeah. So this is our demo machine. So I say once the machine's finished doing its few minor tests, we'll just swap over the wheel configuration to the larger 800 tyre, and then she'll be out in the field this summer.
And a little birdie, now we'll not say too much about the birdie, but the little birdie tells me there may be one not a million miles from us guys that we can get a look at on some silage later this year. So
I would say yes, there might be. Just keep your eyes peeled.
Oh, don't worry, we'll find it. We'll find it. Thank you very much, and hopefully it goes well, and hopefully, like everything, production facilities around the world are under pressure at the minute, but hopefully you get a good few of them out there and they do well for you. Thanks for inviting us to get a look at it.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You're welcome.